Welcome to the Mark Hope Show. We have the pleasure again to have Robert in the show with us, and he is such a blessing to so many people that works tirelessly in and around social media and YouTube and TikTok. We're currently writing a book about his life story to inspire people to get a live donor. And he's got quite a story. And if you saw our pilot episode of this show with Robert, he told a couple of stories, and we'll get more into that. But today we have a special guest, right?
Right.
Miss Yolanda's backstage, and we'd like to bring her on. And Robert, will you do the favor of kind of interviewing her? And the goal here is we want to get all of her story in and what she's doing, and we want to find a donor, a living donor for her. And doesn't have to be. Is she in Mississippi?
No.
Okay, so she could talk about where she's at, but it can be anywhere in the United States. My donor came from Colorado. So okay. I'm going to go ahead. Robert, do you have anything else to say before we bring her on?
No, you can go ahead and bring her on.
Okay, I'm going to bring her on, and then we're going to have the rest of our show later. So without further ado, this is Miss Yolanda.
Hi, everyone.
How are you doing?
Hey, Yolanda, how you doing?
I am great. I'm great.
Well, Yolanda, we have a few questions to ask you. I know we previously talked about your diabetes when you was younger. Can you let the people know something about that?
Yes, I've been a diabetic for over 30 years. I was diagnosed when I was 13. I actually diagnosed myself because I remember that I was going to calculus class, and every day that I would go to calculus class, I would have to go to the bathroom about 4 times in that 90-minute class. I was excessively thirsty. I was extremely tired and sleepy. So I would go to sleep, get up, have to wake up, have to go to the bathroom, and then go get water right after. And I did that for about a week. And in that week, I lost 20 pounds. So I told my mom, I was like, hey, I think I'm diabetic. We need to go get me checked out. And sure enough, when I went to the doctor at 13, my blood sugar was 311. And the doctor looked at me and he was like, you're going to die. You're going to die. And back then, their main focus was making sure that you was on your medication for diabetes. They did not talk to you about things that diabetes could bring upon you. Like, they did not talk to you that diabetes affected every single part of your body. And when I say every single part of your body, I mean every single part of your body, from the hair on your head to the toenails on your toes. Diabetes can and will affect it. So, for a while there, my diabetes was very controlled. It was very controlled because I was a child. So my mom made sure that everything, was right. But as I got older, and being that I wasn't aware of how much diabetes affected the body, things change, things happen. When you get older, you're a young adult, you want to do what you want to do. You're not necessarily wanting to go to the doctor and follow this and follow that. You want to be like everybody else. And that's what I did.
So after 30 years dealing with diabetes, so tell us the transition from diabetes to doing peritoneal dialysis.
Again, like I said, because I didn't know that diabetes affected everything. I didn't know it was slowly killing my kidneys. I was unaware of that. However, I started once my blood sugar was under control as an adult. I'm gonna say because I'm 46, so in my 40s, as my blood sugar was under control, I noticed that my blood pressure was more elevated, and I didn't know why. I also noticed that I did have some like pains in my back, in my lower back where your kidneys are, but I didn't equate that to actually kidney issues. And then finally, one day I went to the doctor and I was told that I was in stage 4 kidney failure. And she was like, well, You can keep it at stage 4 for a while, but eventually it's going to fail. And she told me it was due to my diabetes. They always assumed that it was due to my diabetes, but they wanted to make sure. So they did send me through a whole bunch of testing and biopsies to make sure that it was due to diabetes. And it was.
Yolanda,
Uh,
can you tell the audience what stage 4 renal failure, what that means?
Stage 4 is when your kidneys are functioning at probably about 20%.
Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
Your it's called a GFR, and it's based on your glomer. I can't say the first word. It's glomerular filtration rate. It's how fast that
Glomerular.
your glomerular filtration rate, and
Right.
it's how fast your kidneys are detoxifying or filtering the waste out of your body.
Honey, when you were
Normal people.
13 years old, you were telling the doctors what to do. You don't need to worry about what words you could say or not. You're doing awesome.
um Normal people, their function is like 90 to 100, most people.
Right.
But as you
Right.
get older, it does decrease. As you
Yes.
get older,
Right.
naturally it decreases. So at stage 4, mine was like it was like 22% is what it was.
Right.
And the doctor, she was like, whoa. So then I had the bright idea that I'm going to work out and I'm going to exercise and I'm going to lose weight and I'm going to cut out meat and all of this because I was determined to heal myself.
Right.
And I started taking a protein supplement that had creatine in it. Creatine is very bad for your kidneys. I don't care how old you are. Creatine is very bad for your kidneys. It will kill your kidneys just as quick as diabetes will kill your kidneys. So I went from stage 4 to stage 5 in a matter of a few months
What
because
you
I was,
talking about after you were taking the creatine?
yes,
Okay.
because I didn't know that.
Right. I understand that because when I started working out, I was gonna take the same thing, but I asked my doctor. They told me no, it was bad for you, so don't take it.
Well,
So
I found that out.
after you were diagnosed, did you ever get on dialysis in the center, or you went straight?
I went straight to PD. Me and the nephrologist that I had, which she was absolutely amazing, and I wish I had her now.
Tell
But
everybody
we
what PD mean, what PD means.
give me a second, Robert. Um,
Peritoneal.
when I talked with her, I told her that I did not want a fistula in my arm. When you have a fistula in your arm, you're going to do hemodialysis, and you can do hemo at home or you can do it in center. I said I did not want that in my arm. I was adamant that I did not want it in my arm. So she brought up the option of PD, which is peritoneal dialysis, and that's where you have a catheter. You can have it anywhere from probably right here. I don't know if y'all can see that, but in your chest down to your abdomen. It just depends on your body and how your organs and stuff are in your body. But they put it in my stomach. And when I was in the hospital, they put this the catheter in my chest, the port in my chest. I did dialysis 3 times with that. They put the tube in my stomach. They made sure that it worked. They sent me home. I did training for PD dialysis. I never did in center anywhere. And I do not
If
have a
you were bad
fistula.
enough, you had to do the emergency hemodialysis before you got on the peritoneal
Yes,
in the hospital.
correct.
All right.
So, what can you tell people that's unaware of this deadly disease?
So make sure that when you go to your doctor for your 3-month checkup, every time you go, ask them to do a renal panel because they do not check for your renal function. They do not do any test that's going to check your kidneys out on a normal checkup. You have to ask for that. And if they ask you, hey, why you want that? I mean, there's nothing wrong, blah, 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 blah. Just tell them, I want to see. I need to know what my number is. You need to know what your filtration rate is because if you are in your, let's say if you're in your 20s to 30s, you should still be good. You should still be at 90 to 100%. And if they do that test the first time and they see that you're at 75%, hey, something is going on. We need to see what's going on because right then you're in stage 1.
Okay, so are you on the kidney transplant waiting list?
I am. I'm actually on 2. I'm on one for ECU Health, and I live in North Carolina.
Oh, there
So
you go.
I'm on one for ECU Health, which is in North Carolina, and the other one is Duke. Duke University Hospital. So I'm on 2 right now. But my hope is that before the end of the year, I'll be on about 4 or 5 because I'm trying to go to different states too.
So Yolanda, when I first met you, we were talking about positive vibes.
Of
So,
course.
so what kind of positive you can give the people out there that's watching this show?
Um, my main thing for me is that every morning I wake up, that means I have another chance to do something different. So I have no choice but to be positive. I believe in God, and that's my higher being.
Yeah.
And as long as He's waking me up, then He's giving me the opportunity to do something different. I stay positive about this journey, regardless of what I'm going through. Dialysis does take a lot out of you. It does drain you. Chemo more so than PD, but PD brings about more the possibility of more infections. However, I look at it as like this is what's keeping me alive right now. This is what's keeping me going right now. There's nothing that I still can't do that I this to enjoy my life. So I want to be that. So I'm going to be positive about it. I'm going to be silly about it. I've named my catheter. Her name is Francine. My machine name is Dylan. We have conversations when they want to act up because that's what you have to do. You have to keep your mind in a great spirit and in a great place to where you're not dwelling on the fact that, hey, I got kidney failure. I overlook it. I mean, I know it's there, but I don't put it on the forefront of my mind to keep me from doing the things that I want to do. And the funny thing is that since I've been on dialysis, I have more confidence. I am more outgoing and I do more things than I ever did before I ever got sick.
Yolanda, how long have you been on dialysis?
I've only been on dialysis since August the 17th of last year, August the
There you go.
17th of 2024.
And that has relieved a lot of your symptoms, your itchiness, and a lot of the fatigue. That's helped with that a little bit.
Yes, I mean, I don't notice any of that now. And the funny thing is that I thought the itchiness was that I got bit by something.
Right.
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 Hey,
Well,
Mark.
Yolanda, I'm gonna kind of end this. You are welcome to come back to the Mark Hope Show with Robert on kidney issue stuff. Tell your story. Um, I am going to put a link to a class that I've developed for people to use social media to reach out and find a live donor. And
Okay.
that's going to be at markhope.com/kidney class. I'm going to put it in the notes of this video on YouTube, and then you're going to share that around. And if you need any help, we have a team of social media experts, including Robert, that can help you tell your story and why, somebody should give you a kidney. And the first thing that I say is that you are so strong and so positive and absolutely worth somebody supercharging you with a kidney so that you can get out there and help others. And when they hear your story, especially when you get the call or you get your live donor and they set a date, I want you to come back on the show and check in with me and Robert again. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Thank
Mark.
you.
I
Mark,
love her. I'm gonna adopt her.
can I share? Yeah, she real sweet, Mark. She's smiling all the time. But I would like to one day bring Yolanda back to the show
Oh yeah,
because
for sure.
I want her to share her story that she went through before she got on dialysis. So she got a unique story, and I want people to see why she's so positive.
We will book a special show, and it'll be just her telling her testimony. We'll put it like this, and she'll be the star of everything. And the just book it with Robert. He'll be the producer, and I love y'all. So Yolanda, I'm gonna put you back stage
Mhm.
again, and thank you for coming on the show.
No problem. Thank you. Have a good day.
All right,
All right.
Yolanda.
All right.
What a neat young lady.
Yes, yes, yes. I, she's awesome, Mark. She come on my live, and she been riding with me for a long time now. Ever since I've been on TikTok, she come on my live, and you know, sometimes we have these conversations, and even though we haven't seen each other face to face, we still can build the bond together. You know, and what you see with that smile is what you get. I call it $1 million smile.
You know, and you know as well as I know that you have to have that positivity to make it. You know, you absolutely have to have that positivity because it's hard. You know.
What I want you to send me that link too about like you were telling her about finding a living kidney donor,
Social media class.
right? Because I want to share with the people on my platform, and they can
Yeah,
go.
and I don't have it completely done, but
Okay,
um, a link on, and I'm going to share my screen real quick, Robert, and then we'll figure something out here in just a minute. But this is my website right here, markhope.com,
right.
and if they look right here in the menu up here, it'll
Yes,
say kidney class. And if they click on that, then all these menus on the side have, you know, how to find a donor, creating a website, and there's a video of this old guy here that talks about all of this stuff to do, and it goes through all of TikTok and Instagram and that kind of thing, and I will put that link in the show notes of this show. And Robert, I'm going to send it to you in an email. So when you're doing your TikTok stuff and all of your outreach, then you could just send it to all the people. Because if we give them power to, I think Yolanda's trying to get our attention. You see her there? Yolanda. No, she just didn't turn her camera off. I thought she was waving at me like that. But if we can give them the power to tell their story to as many people, they're going to get a kidney. And that's, you know, Yolanda is going to be, because I was on peritoneal dialysis when I crashed. And
right,
I went down to, you know, 5% on my, you know, creatinine or EGFR or whatever.
right,
And I was a wreck. I mean, I looked like a walking corpse. It was awful. And then they got me on the peritoneal dialysis, and that brought me up to about 20%,
right,
25%. And when you're on zero, you know, 25% feel pretty good.
right. That's true.
And then I got my kidney from my son-in-law, and I'm back up to 85, 90%, you know.
That's great.
So
Great.
it's a blessing. It's a blessing for these
Blessing.
kids. And, you know, she is right about the peritoneal dialysis. One of the things since I got my kidney 6 weeks ago, I'm not so self-conscious about my port, you know, because I had to be really careful. It's an open wound with a tube sticking out of it, and if you
Yes.
get it infected, then
Right.
you have a
Peritonitis.
peritonitis. Thank you, and that's bad. So now when I get out of the shower, I forget that I don't have to go to my prep station and put everything on and put the cream on and the antiseptic and the blah blah blah, and it's like I've been, you know, relieved of a burden, you know.
Hey, Mark, I just got a text from Yoli, and she said, tell you that her GFR was 0.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Uh, I wonder what it is now on dialysis, if she's got any improvement at all.
Right.
And I know, Robert, I know you do a lot of education, and I want to make sure that we have a link to your stuff, and as you're looking at that kidney class content,
Right.
and it'll grow with flashcards and different other things, but I want to get you a website, so there's a main hub where people can come and see you and tune into what you're doing and all
Right.
your links for everything.
Okay.
And you let me know when that happens. And you were writing a book.
Yes, I got the front story, like the beginning story. When I was a kid, my mother was on dialysis for 35 years, all the way up to I had a kidney transplant, and my sister had a kidney transplant. So I
You
got
have that all written out in like a Word document or something?
right. I already had that typed up right there.
You
Already.
send that to me, and I will send it to the staff at the kidney support staff that are going to help teach these people what's going on. And I will process that into version 1 of your ebook.
Okay. Okay.
And you remember when we first talked, somebody wanted to charge you $5,000 for that?
Right.
It's crazy. We
Yes.
need to do things for people and give of what we're doing. And it can't always be about money. Here's a guy who's knocking it out of the park, trying to help people in the world, and they want to charge somebody, $5,000.
I have people mark that, when I started doing TikTok, I was wondering how can I give back. So how can I help? So I'm not gonna hog all the show. So I'm gonna let other people come on and share their stories. And then on my videos, I'll ask myself, how can I help? So I said, well, I'm gonna start doing videos of people letting them know that they looking for a kidney donor. And to my surprise, you have people telling me that they never saw that before. And I told them it don't cost me a thing. It don't
Well,
cost a
you
thing.
know what else? If we help one person
One
get a
person.
kidney, one person that wouldn't have gotten a kidney if it wasn't for us, to me, that's enough.
Right.
That's enough. And we're like brothers. You and I are doing the exact same mission.
Yes.
And you're getting people on your TikTok. I'm doing the classes. And there's going to be other people that say, hey, I want to join you guys. How can I help? I'm in the dialysis clinic in California. How can we help? You're in Mississippi, right?
Right.
I'm in Oklahoma, and we're just gonna keep trying to help people, and it's going to grow and grow and grow, and God wants us to help these people, and they are in a little bit of a dark place sometimes. And
Yes.
some of them don't have family like we do. Some
Right.
of them don't have the support system like we do, and they're alone and they're afraid, and they don't know what to do. And so, I want to build a network that, maybe we could just have a helpline to where some of these people that see your videos on TikTok. Robert is very popular on TikTok, just so you all know. He's a TikTok star. But if we could set up a chat thing for them, and that way, if they just need to talk to somebody.
Because Mark, I think that a lot of people that I talk to, I think if it wasn't for the Kidney Warriors community, I think they would have gave up a long time ago, because a lot of people come on my platform or other platforms, and like you said, we all they have. And they'll let you know that, I don't have a support system. I don't have anybody, just me. And so that's when we have to step in and make them as comfortable as we can.
Absolutely. You know, and I've been through a lot in my life, a lot. And when I went into that dialysis clinic and they started, you know, teaching me how to do everything, and you know, it was a lot. They took me to the hospital. They put that port in, and they wouldn't let me take a shower for 3 weeks. I was already itchy, and everything was terrible.
My
Just
sister did.
open wounds, you know.
My sister did PD. You know, I think back sometime, Mark, because me and my sister, we didn't understand the itching part. You know,
I don't think anybody does.
my mother, we used to had to get a like a rag or towel, and she would just we were just scratching her back until our arm get tired, and we were like, your back still itching. But of course, I didn't understand at the time until it started happening to me. And I think, Mark, that God prepared me for this. Even
I believe that.
even if I didn't know, you know, my mother was going through it when I was younger, and He was preparing me, but I didn't know He was preparing me for this day, for this mission.
You know, every time something happens in my life, whether it's positive or negative, I say, this is supposed to happen.
Yes.
What does God want me to learn from this? And if it's something that's bad, I'm like, I want to learn my lesson quick, God. I'm going to get through this. Let me figure out how to do it. And as soon as this happened to me, I was figuring out how to get a kidney transplant. And I want to be done with the lesson and go help some other people. But, you know, that's how I look at it, you know.
Right.
And I believe exactly what you said. God wants you to help people. And if people haven't watched the previous episodes with Robert, his mother was the longest surviving hemodialysis patient in Mississippi history.
At the time, yes.
Is that correct? 35 years.
At the time when she was living.
Well, that's amazing. That is a feat, because I bet you she had some down times, and she looked at you little kids and said, I got to fight for my kids. I can't go now.
Hey, somebody must have already told you the story.
No.
Because, hey, when she get off dialysis, my grandfather also stayed with us. And she was going to make sure when she got off of dialysis, I'm not talking about the days she didn't go dialysis. When she got off dialysis, she wasn't feeling too well when she got off dialysis.
Of course.
She was going to make sure that her two kids was taken care of, and she was going to cook, and she was going to cook for her father.
Yeah.
You know, and she was a strong woman, and you are correct.
Well, I tell you, I never met her, but I know when I go to heaven, I'm going to see her, and I'm going to give her a big hug. And what a tremendously strong woman. And you know, you doing what you're doing as a testament to your mother, I think is a wonderful story. You know, I love that.
I appreciate it. I really do. For you giving me the opportunity to come on your platform and share my story. And
absolutely.
And I figure as a community, you know, we need to stick together, because like I tell them, some people are still going through on dialysis that come on my platform, but they're like one lady the other night, she was just tired of dialysis. She was tired of getting a call. They said she had a kidney, and then they said it wasn't a match, and she was just tired. So she came on my platform, and I tell you, Mark, when she left my platform, and we had discussion, and Yoli was in there, we had discussion, and one thing she said when she left, she said, I appreciate you for letting me come on, and she said, I might get a good night's sleep tonight.
And sometimes, you know, on the bad nights, that's what it takes.
Yes. She said after talking to us, she might sleep pretty good tonight. So I
Well, and
give
it's
it to the man
everybody.
of God.
It's everybody.
Yeah.
We have people come into the live discussions, and you do a lot more of that than I do, and I'm blessed to have you as a partner because you're really tirelessly doing that. But you invite people in that are 2 months past their transplant, and they're telling the other ones, "Hey, hang on, it gets better. It's going to be good." But the long, arduous wait for a cadaver kidney, that's my mission to eliminate that.
Yes.
The more people that we can get the outreach to the people that would be donors and
Right.
tell the story of a young lady like Yolanda, she's worth somebody giving a kidney to. And they say, hey, I want to do this for this young lady. And if she gets a live donor, that's a cadaver kidney that goes for someone else that maybe can't get that outreach or whatever, but we're improving everybody's situation.
Yeah, Mark. I'm talking. Like I said, I've never seen her in person, but she's amazing. She's amazing. She's a straight shooter, and she's amazing. And I told her, she hang in there. We can go up together.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. And Robert, I'm gonna kind of end us. We're 2 minutes after our 30-minute mark,
Okay.
and I like to end the podcast at 30 minutes because two guys like you and me with this subject, we could talk on forever.
We can talk.
We could be on here. We could be on here all night.
Yes. Yes. That's why I slow my TikTok down, cause my live, cause I'll be on there 4 hours sometime. I say I got to cut back just some.
I
But
know you do, and it's absolutely wonderful. And I'll put this out there at the end here, and I'm going to put some show notes in. I'm going to do some things in the show notes, links to different things on Kidney Class website on markhope.com. We'll move that to its own domain later, but I wanted to get it out right away to the people. But if anyone wants to contact Robert or contact me, I'm easy to find at markhope.com, and I'm going to make sure and put Robert's contact information on there. And if you want to volunteer with us and you want to help, get some of these patients that really can't set up a Facebook, a TikTok, an Instagram, and you want to say, hey, I'm a young college student and I want to help, Aunt Edna set up some, social media, you'll be doing something good, and you'll set that up so we can tell her story. And she runs a bakery or whatever it is. And you young kids get involved with this because you might be saving your grandpa and grandma's life, or whatever. So anybody that wants to help us, reach out to us, and you could call us the Kidney Brothers. And Robert's the younger, handsome brother.
I like that.
I'm the much older, wiser brother. But together, we'll get you taken care of. So please do not hesitate to reach out to us. We're easy to find. And if you want to help, just send us an email, and we'll get you a job helping somebody that really needs help.
I appreciate you, Mark.
And I'm going to let you have the last word, Robert.
Well, Mark, I appreciate everyone that's coming in and watching. Like Mark said, he's going to give my contact information.
Absolutely.
And two Kidney Brothers, we're going to keep this thing rolling because there's a lot of people out there that need help. We were blessed by God, so we want to be a blessing to someone else. And I hope y'all have a blessed day. And once again, Mark, I want to thank you. I can't thank you enough for bringing me on.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And to all of you guys out there, if no one's told you that they love you today, we love you. And there's nothing you can do about that.
Yes.